Good evening, West Coast. Good evening, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. Hope you're having a great day today. It is Saturday evening, 8:03 p.m. on the eastern side of the United States. I'm looking at my camera a little bit. I am not currently in my sewing room. That's why it looks a little different with the background and everything else. I'm actually sitting in front of my computer so that way I could have a full display to use, so that way I can see what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So hope you're having a great day today. We've got Linda is here, Dawn, Susan, Melanie, Becky, Savannah, June, Purpose in Mind, Craig, Stephanie is here, Savannah is here, Beth is here. Hello. Hi Ian, my first live in forever. So glad to be here with you. I'm so glad that you are here. I can do this. I can actually put this on the, although you can't see it too well. The orange, I need to change that. That doesn't look so good. I need to work on that. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, so I am doing a live stream tonight because Becca and I went to the Sewing and Quilting Expo in Fredericksburg. Is that the correct place? I think that's where it was. But we had a great time hanging out tonight or today and doing all the things and whatnot. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed getting to walk around, seeing everybody, talking to everybody. We have some friends there that we know, and so it was really great to see them, talk to them, all that kind of stuff, and do a little shopping. Although tonight will not be a haul video because I bought this much. I literally bought my entrance ticket in, and that was it. I want to save my money for the Renaissance Festival tomorrow. As many of you know, that's why we're doing the Saturday live, because I am going to be going to the Renaissance Festival tomorrow in Maryland and want to save my money for that. So I actually did not buy anything today, which is kind of shocking, I know. Hi Craig, good to see you. Let's see. Karen says, hi Ian. By the way, I'm watching from San Diego, California. Hello, San Diego. You're a few hours behind me out there in California, but so glad that you are here today. Bev says, hello from Arkansas. Hello. Hello. Jackie's here and says, hello, Ian. Hello. Good to have all of you here. I'm so glad that you all are here. Thank you for bearing with me and allowing me to spend some time at the show today and be present, be in the moment, and then be able to come and show you some of my favorite pieces that I saw from the show. I even saw some quilts today that were from my old guild. I don't want to say old guild because technically I'm still a member. So my guild in Fort Worth, I did see some quilts from there. So I'll show you some of those as well as we go through today. So yeah, hope everybody's doing well. So glad that all of you are here today. And yeah, Deborah says, good day, Ian. Good day to you. I hope you're having a great day. It sounds like you may be down under, so I hope you are having a great day all the way down there in Australia. Let's see. State Fair of Virginia. I almost said Texas. State Fair of Virginia opened this weekend. So did the State Fair of Texas, ironically. It also opened this weekend. And I am chomping at the bit to know if any of my quilts or bags placed in any of the competitions. But unfortunately, they don't post their results until seemingly after the fair closes, so I still have no idea. I have been scouring social media trying to see if I can find my quilts, and I have found pictures. I have found them in the background. I have seen my quilts in the background, but I can't zoom in enough to see if there are any ribbons on it, and I still don't know. I actually saw a picture of one of my bags, but again, I couldn't zoom in to see if there are any ribbons on it. So I have no idea if I won any ribbons, which is a really weird feeling. Melanie says, Ian, are you going to dress up tomorrow? I am, actually. I am going to dress up tomorrow. My friends are not dressing up, so I'm going to be on my own on that. But there's going to be a lot of other people around me who are dressing up. So I feel like I'll fit in, right? So if you do end up going to the State Fair of Virginia, please look out for the 5 items that I have. 3 quilts, 2 bags. Please keep an eye out for those and let me know if I ended up winning a ribbon. If I don't win a ribbon in this one, I don't know that I'm going to have any ribbons from 2025 because every show that I've entered, I've not won ribbons in. So we'll see. I'm crossing my fingers still. I'm still crossing my fingers, and hopefully that is there. Merch. I'm wearing a shirt. I'm wearing one of my logo shirts. And unfortunately, I'm just not going to be able to get the merch off the ground, the merch shop off the ground before the end of the year. I think it is a wiser decision for me to hold off until January 1. So that way I am not like splitting the year up and like trying to figure out, okay, what year did this happen and when did this happen? I think it's much easier from a bookkeeping perspective to start on January 1. That means, unfortunately, that I will not be able to launch the merch shop and launch it going until next year. So, unfortunately, that is the thing. But when you do anything in design, a lot of times you're going to be working with proofs. And proofs are basically a sample of the product or sample of whatever. If it's a digital thing, then you'll get a digital version, and you can then go in and say, oh, I want to change this, or I want to change this color, or I want to rearrange this, or whatever the updates may be. But with physical products, a lot of times you'll get a physical product to proof out. I have my proof right here, and I'm actually glad that I did proof this one out because originally I had it on black. And it's a good design. The letters in purple there, the light makes them reflect a lot more, so they're more easy to see. But in regular light, it doesn't look as good. It's not my favorite. It didn't pop my logo as much as I hoped for. So a lot of times you have proofs that may not be 100%. So what I've decided to do is we're going to do a giveaway today with, this is the Halloween version of my logo. This has not been worn. It is a non-worn shirt. It hasn't even been washed. It came straight from the printers, and it is going to, like, it doesn't stink, I promise. It has. Nobody's had it on. But I think I'm going to give away this proof. It is a one-of-a-kind. It will not be produced like this again. It's going to be produced with this lovely sage green. So I think, oh, my foot is good, Auntie Carol. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. You can have a ribbon from me. I appreciate that. Let's see. I appreciate Katie as well. She's sad that I won't be able to open my store and get that all going this year, but she understands. So, Beth, I agree. Rent fairs are a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. So, I figured, what am I going to do? Because I now have a proof that has no home. And, oh, you can't see. I'm disappearing into my background. I now have a proof that doesn't have a home, and I figured, why not give it out to one of you? So, we're going to do a giveaway using the proof. This is a one-of-a-kind, limited edition, never happening again shirt. This is one and done. It is a size large. It is a unisex size large. So I apologize that I, can't get your size if you need a different size other than large. But we're going to do a giveaway with this shirt. So I'm going to open up the giveaway. I do see something. Johnny says, hi, Ian. So good to see you this evening. Renaissance festivals are so much fun. We have a wonderful one here in Colorado, Luxembourg, Colorado. Have a good time. Are you dressing up for the occasion? I am going to be dressing up. I do have a costume that I just actually pulled out of the closet in size. I forgot to put that in. Let me confirm that. So I am going to be dressing up. I have a costume. I pulled it out of the closet today, and I'll be wearing that tomorrow. I know I'm going to be putting pictures in, so look for that probably on the monthly recap. So again, it is the limited edition black, never to be made again shirt in large. If you want the shirt, if you're able to fit into a large or have it in mind to give to somebody else, that's cool too. But I'm going to go ahead and open up the giveaway. A couple of rules for the giveaway. You must be here in person when we pull the winner. I'm setting this one for 45 minutes. That should give us enough time to talk about everything before the giveaway ends. So we're going to set it for 45 minutes. You must be present to win. I'll call your name out, and you'll have a couple of minutes to let me know that you are still here, and then we'll go through all the rest of that when that happens. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and open up that giveaway for everyone. So there you go. All right, did I miss any other comments? All right, I think that's everybody. So you can use exclamation giveaway in the chat. By the way, if you're watching this after 8:13 p.m. Eastern time on what is this, September 27th. By the time you see this, if you're watching this on the replay, unfortunately, the giveaway is closed. It's already been given away, and yeah, it's already gone. Sorry. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to switch over to the PowerPoint, and we'll go through the quilts that I saw that I really enjoyed at today's show. Look at that. I got my technology going the right way today. Alrighty. So, the show. This is not one of my favorite shows, to be completely honest with you. It feels very lacking in quilts. It is more of a shopping opportunity than it is a see the quilts type show. I think there were probably about 100, 150 quilts, I feel like. So it's not like there's no quilts for you to see, but there weren't as many quilts as I would have liked to have seen, right? Like, I'm used to bigger shows. Yes, I know everything is bigger in Texas, and I feel like that is very true. But I would have loved to have seen some more quilts on display and whatnot. But this is, after attending this show for the second year in a row, I know what I'm getting into when I get into this show, and I know what I'm going to see when I see this show. So, yeah, that's not hating on the show whatsoever. I just wish there was more, you know? It's kind of a, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like a collection of a lot of different shows put together. So there's the Best of the North Texas Quilt Festival. There is what was it? The Michigan show? There's, long story short, there's several shows that get combined into this show. So you'll see a selection from all sorts of shows all put into one. And I'll do my best to kind of call them out. I don't think this first few, I don't know what show they were from, but all the other ones have a label on them as to what show they come from. So it'll be easier to hopefully kind of differentiate which one is which. Hi Ian, nice to have you on here I know, it's great to be here on Saturday. I appreciate everybody doing that. I always love shopping opportunity, but I do love seeing the quilts on display. Laura, I agree too. I love seeing quilts on display. So, it kind of sucks that it's not as full of a show as it could be, if that makes sense. So, everyone, wow, a buzz day of YouTube live streams. Apparently there's been some other people going live today, so it's fun that we're doing that today. Susan's here and says, hey there, Ian, long time no see. Happy to finally catch you live. I'm glad you're here, Susan. I hope you're doing well. All right, we're going to go ahead and start off on this quilt. This first quilt is called Fabulous Fractals and Fibonacci Sequences. And again, I don't remember which show this was collected from. They didn't even put the artist name on this one. Now that I'm looking at I tried to take a picture of everybody's artist statements, and now that I'm looking at it, I don't even see the person being named on here, which is unfortunate. But I did like this quilt because they took, remember when Becca and I did those, what was those, hot plate holders or whatever, and we folded all the fabric, and I commented on like how big and bulky it got. It's the same technique that we used for that live stream this person used in the creation of this quilt, but I loved the 3D effect and how like deep those, no worries, Susan, it's all good. I liked all of the how 3D everything becomes when it's all put together. So, oh, no worries, Miss Brown. Sorry that I didn't see you either, but we weren't there very long, to be completely honest with you. I think we got there maybe around 1 o'clock and we left at like 3. We weren't there for very long at all, but I was able to fit all this in, go figure. So yeah, this was a cool one. I liked the 3D effect. I liked that they were able to take that technique that we had done and actually use it in a quilt like this. So it turned out pretty cool. Let's move on to the next one. This one was super cute. It was super monotone, or what is that? Monotone or chrome? Anyways, it's a lot of white, a lot of gray with hints of black for outlining and shaping. So again, I thought the person's name was on there, but apparently not. This is called Camouflage, Predator and Prey at Peace. The person actually went in and did some trampanto and also like fuzzed the animals on there. So it was super cute. The fox was super cute, you know, over there in the right corner with the rabbit over in the left corner. But I love the tree work that they did and the monochrome. Thank you, appreciate that. Purpose in mind. I was like, I know that's not the right word. Thank you, Susan. I see you put it in there as well. But I love the monochrome look of it. Hi, Esmeralda. And it's just, I like the way that it turned out and the way that they executed all the different things in it. So it turned out to be a really cute quilt, and love the little furry. I love the furry texture on it. I think that added a lot to it, and just a really nice piece. Very peaceful, very calm. I don't know what else to say about it. It was really nice to see that. So I know it's super cute, little fox in it, and just very well done. And it felt, you know, I could almost feel that snow blowing in it and everything. Hi, Brenda. Good to have you here. So very cute quilt. We've now moved. This was a collection from Sakwa. And this was an abstract collection. It was all of a quilt of abstract nature. This was called Fulcrum. This is by Anne in Colorado. In this piece, I was playing with flattened partial circles and restricted palette and a slightly shifted neutral ground. So I really love the texture the quilting gives in it. I loved the colors. I loved that it's a lot of black and whites with some pops of bright reds and turquoises. I think that really complements it a lot. And the quilting is what really kind of, it almost gives the quilt like a topsy-turvy feeling. It almost feels like this whole stack is about to fall. But I just love what they did with that quilting and the shapes that they were forming with it. So really nice work and a lot of fun movement in a still piece, you know. So it was really cool. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in. I'm so sorry. I can't zoom in on these. This is a PowerPoint, so this is as close as I can get. So sorry about that. But yeah, I love everything about this one, and it gave a really fun. It had a fun look to it. It had a fun look. So let's get the mouse out of the way. Another one from Sakwa, Abstraction Textural Elements. This is by, or excuse me, this is, what is that, Felicia's Pickle? Did I say that right? This is by Kelly. She lives in Tennessee. Let's see. The colors on that one gives me, yeah, I could see that. I could see that, Katie. I could see that. All right. Felicia's Pickle is about transformation and exploring what can happen when you take a discarded work in progress and bathe new life into it. I inherited a stack and whack block from my friend, and as a part of the challenge to take someone else's work, cut it up, and create a new modern quilt. After disassembling the block, I incorporated slice strips into oversized motif that resembles a traditional pickle dish block. The results of working within tight parameters and with limited materials were Felicia's indeed. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but it's a really fun. I love the dill pickle green that you're seeing in it, but I also love the curves that she formed with those pieces. Ooh, Purpose in Mind. That I didn't even think about that. Purpose in Mind said Islander vibes and a surfboard. That, yes, I definitely can see that. I get that kind of feeling as well. It also reminded me of there's some buildings in what is that, Abu Dhabi, I feel like, that have kind of a very similar shape. So it kind of reminded me of that as well. Really liked it. Loved the blue. The blue complemented that dill pickle green very well. I just thought it was a fun piece overall. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm saying it right because I'm like, is that what the dyslexia? It's the worst. But yeah, it's a really fun piece, and I really love uh, hearing that she took somebody else's work and reworked it into what she wanted to make of it. So I liked it. This one is another Sakwa, and it's called Water by Nancy in Nevada, Texas. Water is an abstract whole cloth painted piece. Lines, shapes, textures, and balance were important elements to create a cohesive abstract piece of art. The black curvature lines were added along with some mono printing to give interest and movement. So this one is painted, quilted, and mono printed. And basically, it looks like you can kind of see over on the side there next to the sign that there is like blue quilting in it. So it's basically thread painted. A lot of those kind of splotchy points are thread painted in. Now she did use some paint on it as well. So there's texture of actual paint, but then there's also the texture from some thread painting on it. So when I first like glanced over at this one, I thought, why did they hang this one up here? It's a painted piece of canvas. But when I went and actually investigated and looked at it closer, you can see that it is thread painted, which gives the feel of painting. So it was really cool. Laura says, I wouldn't consider myself to be a modern quilter, but I can appreciate the artistry. That is okay, Laura. There have been, I've seen theater shows that are pretty much dance and movement oriented, and I don't like that. Not to say that I wouldn't go see it, but it's not my style. It's not what I would do, and I would see it, but I'm not, like, that's not going to be my favorite show in the entire world. But I see the artistry, and I see the purpose for it. So, I totally get that, Laura. Was this a modern quilt show? I love them. I really, all really interesting. It was not. There were traditional pieces in there as well. It was a mixed bag of traditional and some modern pieces. So it was kind of both. But anywho, yeah, so that's Water. I really like this piece. I think there's so much artistry that you don't even really see until you like walk up right on it. This one was so cute. All right. We're moving away from Sakwa. Thread painting, yeah. So thread painting is when you basically use the thread like you're painting a canvas and you fill in a small area with that thread. So think of it almost exactly like painting a canvas or whatever using thread. So very densely quilted, a lot of lines of thread being put in there. All right, we're moving on to, this is the, excuse me. Oh my goodness, wow. I'm trying to like talk a lot, and that's causing me to like choke on my own spit a little bit. All right, this is from the original Sewing and Quilting Expo. This is the show that they put on every year. And these are a collection of quilts that they had at their show that they are now traveling with through all the different shows. Every location that they go to, they take these quilts on the road with them. So this one's called Resilience, Hidden Power. This is from the original Sewing and Quilting Quilt Expo Quilt Contest. This is Resilience, Hidden Power, draws inspiration from my upbringing on a ranch, reminding me of the hidden power that comes from embracing hard work and life's challenges. In this quilt, a painted Scottish Highland cow is placed among daisies, symbolizing the hidden power of resilience found in nature and within us. This is from, ooh, I am going to mess that name up real bad, Corlinda? If she's watching, she's not. If she's watching, I do apologize for messing up that name. But this, I know, thank you, Beth. I am grabbing my water very frequently to try and get my voice back. But yeah, so this was painted onto the fabric. Super cute. Loved the Highland cow. It definitely grabbed your attention from across the room. I saw it. I actually saw it across the room and immediately was drawn to it. So a really cute, like a really cute one, and she did a really great job. Really, really good job. I had to take a picture of a Tula, as many of you know. This one is, I am not even going to try and pronounce that because it is, I believe, Spanish. So not even going to try and pronounce that one because I would definitely butcher that. This was a block of the month, English paper piecing through pink door fabrics using Tula Pink fabrics. There were 2,147 pieces to this quilt. It was hand pieced and took 2 years to complete. I feel like Becca has a long way to go for her quilt that she's working on. Let's see, this was made by Kathy Kettle. It is machine quilted, track-driven machine. So it was a very pretty quilt. Oh, Italian. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that. It is a very pretty quilt. Birdie Birdie, Ian? What? Huh? Birdie Birdie? Where's a Birdie Birdie? So anywho, yeah, so this was a really, really pretty quilt. A lot of work and time went into this one. It is, I love that they did spread the quilt all the way out so that way we could see it from top to bottom and see everything that went into it. Super detailed quilt. I love it. I love it. And it's Tula Pink. Duh. This one is called Henry. This is a very short artist statement. She says, Henry, or excuse me, he said, Henry, my terrier was my inspiration. This is from Ken. Very short artist statement, but a very cute quilt. Great use of the pixelation quilt. You really couldn't see it when you were up close on it. I'm actually like right at the line that they block off. And when you were that close, you couldn't see it. I zoomed my camera out so that it gave me a wide angle lens, and it, like, from across the room, this quilt is true to life. But when you're standing right up on it, you don't see it as well. So really think it came out nicely. Ken did a great job on it, and Henry is super adorable. Just saying. Just saying. This was called Out of the Blue. This is by Jenny. She says, I believe making the most of everything, so each year I create a scrap quilt with an abundance of blue scraps. I crafted log cabin blocks. Focused on the tone and composition, my goal was to blend traditional and contemporary styles. The small blue blocks energy needed the balance of the white spaces, creating a visual movement. And by the way, Jane quilted this one. I really loved this one. Henry is adorable, I agree. This one, I loved the blue. Y'all know my favorite color is blue. But if you look at that quilting that went into it, there is so much that is not actually there that they have put in with the quilting. So if you look across the top, there's those like blocks at the very top that are just kind of floating. But the way that the quilter has gone in, she's actually duplicated that pattern out. So there are empty blocks up there. Oh, thank you. I got you, Esmeralda. I understand now. So she's actually gone in and drawn in with the quilting those blocks that aren't really there. There's so many shapes. There's so much movement. There is so much there that is not really there that has been put in by the quilting. I agree. The quilting is amazing. It is just, it is stunning. And I want you to notice, look all the way down at the very bottom. I don't even know if you can see my mouse pointer, but right here, down here at the very, very, very bottom, right here, do you see this little blue triangle that's at the very bottom? There was one blue triangle in that binding. I searched the rest of the binding because I was like, oh, maybe she had other blue triangles in the binding. No, no, just one little blue triangle in the binding at the very bottom in the center of her quilt. It was amazing. The piecing is beautiful, but the quilting brings it to life. I agree. I really agree. Hi, Sammy. Good evening to you as well. Happy evening. Anyways, the quilting is amazing and stunning on this one, and it really, really gives it the life, the motion. It would be a beautiful quilt without that detailed quilting, but the quilting is really what makes it all kind of cohesive and brings it all together. So, fun design. All right, we're moving on to some of my, this takes me back home. This is from the North Texas Quilt Festival. This is one of the shows that y'all know very well on my channel. And this one came from my guild, the Fourth Modern Quilt Guild. This one is by Elizabeth. It is quilted by Maria. The artist statement for, by the way, My Magic Swirling Rainbow. I actually saw a picture of this quilt last year, because this is from last year's North Texas Quilt Festival in 2024. It says, the rainbow colorway that is not traditional RGB colors has always fascinated me. This is my second Judy quilt, and when my husband saw the intersection, he wanted it big enough for our bed, so I added the corner extension. So basically, she went in and made it even bigger than what it was originally. I really love this quilt. It is beautiful. Hi, Alice. Glad to have you here. It is really a beautiful quilt. Again, I saw this one on social media last year and was really sad that I wasn't able to see it in person, so I was very glad to see that it traveled with the show, and I did end up getting to see it in person here this year. So very glad that I was able to see Elizabeth's quilt. It is gorgeous. It is stunning. Love the rainbow. I think she did an amazing, I know, it's just beautiful. It is really, really beautiful. So really a beautiful quilt. Gonna take a sip of water. Good evening, Melissa. How are you? Next up, we have Rainbow Bubbles and Stripes. This is from Anne. It was quilted by Dolores. And unfortunately, like, they stuck the tag like behind the quilt. So unfortunately, I didn't get the full piece of paper. Something recently became interested in doing Judy Niemeyer's quilt. She probably said I recently. I chose this design and colorway because I love the bright colors and the rainbow effect. So it was really, really nice. The mitered corners are really cool. Love how that turned out, and you can actually see that she matched up some of those rainbow lines. So over on the top right corner, you can actually see that turquoise color follows it. So really, really pretty. A lot of fun. Y'all know me. I take a picture of every rainbow I can, so it turned out really well. Another one from my guild. By the way, the last one, that was from the North Texas Quilt Festival, but it was from the Quilters Guild of Arlington. All right, next up, this one is called Grapevine 2023. This is by Susan. I've wanted to make a temperature quilt for a few years, but I couldn't find a design that I liked until I saw a photo of a quilt like this one. I thought it was simple, yet a striking design. And again, this is from the Fourth Modern Quilt Guild. I know Susan very well, actually. So when her quilt showed up in front of me, I was very excited to see it in person. I love temperature quilts. I think they are a lot of fun. And I still kind of want to do one that's like a comparison between Fort Worth and DC. So I may do that in the future. We'll see if I feel like it. But speaking of which, by the way, Happy 1 year anniversary to me. I literally landed here in Virginia 1 year ago today. Today is the day that I moved. So 1 year anniversary to me. Let's see. Joanne says, Ian, your presentation, we can see the quilts and read the information labels at the same time, is fantastic. Excellent presentation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I try my best to be able to like put both up on the screen so that way you can see both at the same time. So thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that so much for you complimenting me on that, because I try very hard. So thank you. That validates me so much. I'm not even kidding with you. So let's see. Let's see. This makes me want to make a temperature quilt, says Purpose in Mind. I agree. It really does. Oh, Anne. Sorry. I was like, Purpose in Mind. Her name is Anne. I apologize. I kept wondering why Anne kept showing up at the end of your sentences. Now I realize it's your name. Sorry about that. Susan O'Neill says, congratulations. Was just thinking it was around this time. It was exactly 1 year to go today. Linda is saying congratulations as well. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Laura says happy 1 year anniversary. Thank you guys. I appreciate that so much. So yeah, I love the design. I had not seen one done in that kind of wheel shape. I love the binding on the left side there. It does have the guide, so you can see like what the whole layout is going to be for the colors. So you are very welcome, guys. I'm so glad that Susan says that she likes the format that I'm doing. So this may be our future format moving forward for quilt shows, because I know some of you don't like the movement of live streaming and everything. So this may be how we do it. So thank you, Margaret. I appreciate that. We're moving on to, this is the Bloomington National Modern Quilt Guild, and this is the Kona Color of the Year for 2024. It is Julep. That was the color of the year for 2024. The artist on this one is Kathy, and it's called Sneaky Stripes. She says, I love to hand stitch my quilts after straight line quilting on my machine. Sneaky Stripes is an example of the way that I create a secondary design with big stitches. So what she did is she went in, she did the first initial quilting with her machine, probably a domestic, although I don't know. Probably went in with her domestic machine and put those original lines in, and then she did some big stitches and created that secondary rectangular shapes and squares using that big stitch design. So Sammy says, I love temperature quilts. I'm actually working on one that I'm doing as an EPP project. Awesome. That would probably be the only way I would get into EPPs, to do it that way. Charlotte says, so Ian, when are you moving back to Texas? LOL. I'm not, thanks. I'm not moving back to Texas anytime soon, at least. I plan on staying here for a while, for sure. Linda says, that's a great idea. That is a great mix of quilting. Good idea. Esmeralda says, yes, happy 1 year anniversary, Ian. Have enjoyed watching you in all of your projects you have done. Thank you, Esmeralda. I appreciate that. So I did love the julep green that was used for this one, and we're going to see a couple more that use that julep green color. And I like the way that it was the same color, but everybody used it completely different. It was really cool. Hence this one right here. Again, this is the Bloomington it's the Bloomington Normal, excuse me, Modern Quilt Guild. I thought it was National. So this was called Illusion. It's by Gary. The idea for this quilt came from a drawing I saw on the internet. I created a pattern that would give me a finished size I wanted. My challenge was to piece it without any seams crossing and curved strips. Yeah, I don't know how you do that, but apparently Gary was able to figure it out. So he put this one together and it works out really well. The two colors is a really good idea. It works really well. Becky said, you made it through a whole year. It seems like yesterday. I know, doesn't it? It feels like yesterday that I landed here, and here I am exactly 1 year today. Go figure that one. Linda, I agree. This one is really hard. So I don't know how he was able to accomplish it, but he did. He did somehow. but he did a great job. So really enjoyed what he did, and he changed the size of his pebbling in that quilting as well. So it is a fun. I agree. Deborah says she loved the illusion. I love it too. I think it's great. It does mess with your eyes, Charlotte. She says, "Oh, that one messes with my eyes, but it is amazing. It gets you kind of like, huh? Yeah, for sure." Pardon me. I don't know why I'm so like, I don't know what's going on. All right. The beat goes on. So this was another collection of quilts. If I remember correctly, the sign, I didn't take a picture of the sign. I should have, and I didn't. This one is about, 60s music or 50s music? It's either 50s or 60s music. So it is all kind of, the main through line for all of these quilts was the 50s or 60s era music, basically. Hey, Denise, glad to have you here. I love that, Denise. I'm not going to read it out loud, but I love your sentiment, Denise. I appreciate that. So this was called Moon River. It's by Andy. There had to be a mellow song to balance the rock and roll. What romance, what a pretty river. This quilt had two almost identical moons at the start, but because of the waves and the ripples in the river, and it being night, the reflective moon is almost gone. I'm convinced that there's nothing better nothing better to darken a scene in Tuttle. I went from day to night in this quilt using several layers of Tuttle. Or tulle, excuse me, tulle. That's what the word I was looking for. Tulle. So yeah, I love this one. Not so much. Yeah, I feel like it's 50s if I remember correctly. What I like about this one is, y'all know I'm a sucker for anything astronomy related. So as soon as I saw the moon, like, I was immediately drawn in. Love what the artist did with the moon, and the reflection is really awesome. I love what they did with the reflection and how they were able to, you know, kind of tone it down and change it in the water and give it that reflection, but also everything else. So it's a really neat piece. Love what they did with it, and pretty cool. Lynn says, hi all, just in from working in the garden. What's going on? We're taking a look at the quilt show that I went to today. It was the original Sewing and Quilting Expo. So got to see all the quilts there. Also, if you have a phone handy, if you're watching this on the phone, sorry. But if you're watching on a computer or a TV, there is a QR code that you can scan, and it says scan QR code for audio of music clips that were inspired these quilts. So you can check that out. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Oh, look at this one. This was from the Greater Wisconsin Quilt Show. So this next few quilts is from there. This is by Jill in Wisconsin. I had to think of what WI stood for, and then I'm like, well, it's the Greater Wisconsin Quilt Show, so that makes sense. This is a 3D quilt retreat in this past February, provided inspiration. I've always loved math and geometry. 3D and optical illusions are my favorite. I created this triangle design using freezer paper for piecing and sewed my first Y seams on a domestic machine. I also learned a lot about quilting on the bias. So really beautiful design. I love all the triangles. I love the black with the black and white with pops of yellow. And then I just keep looking back and thinking like, well, there's another triangle. Well, wait, I see another triangle. Oh, wait, there's another triangle there. Oh, wait, another triangle is formed there. So I just keep seeing more and more triangles. Because at first you're like, oh, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's like, well, wait, but that's a triangle also. And that's another triangle. So it's a lot. Like, it becomes a lot of triangles, a lot of quilt and a lot of triangles very quickly. Let's see. The items that they can do with thread painting are awesome. They really are. I agree. It's pretty amazing what thread painting can do. Was the expo worth it? It's coming soon to me, debating on traveling an hour and a half for it. So I talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the show. It's not my favorite show. I don't feel like there's enough quilts. It feels more like a vendor show than a quilt show, right? So there's quilts that are there for sure, but it felt more like a vendor show. I know the North Texas Quilt Festival, which is the same company, the Sewing and Quilting Expo, runs the same show in DFW as the North Texas Quilt Festival. And that show is way more balanced. It feels like there's the same number of quilts as there are like vending spaces. So it's a good balance. This show tends to lean a little more heavy on vendors. However, it may be different in your area. So I don't know, to be 100% honest with you. I think your decision, sorry guys, I've got that like post-nasal drip going on. I think the choice for you is knowing that this may be a vendor heavy show. Does that, do you feel that you are going to get the value of going to the show knowing that it's a vendor heavy show and having quilts? Who knows? You may get there and like there may be more quilts that show up at that show. I don't know. But that's just like things to keep in mind. Does that make sense? Flicky Chicky's here and says, hello, just got home from riding my horse. Awesome. How's the horse doing? Triangles galore. Absolutely. All the triangles, even in the background. Very true. Excuse me. Pardon me. I just burped everyone. I'm sorry. So is the answer 60 or is that just random? So the 60 is the number of the quilt. So like it's an identifying number, not the number in the quilt. That is just its given number for identifying where that quilt is or what, you know, all that kind of stuff. So in fact, if you look back at the previous one, I think it had a number on it. No, it didn't. I lied. I thought it had a number. Some of these quilts have numbers on them, but that's because that show uses that number system to identify that quilt. Love this quilt. It reminds me of those optical illusion paintings. I agree. Let's see. Okay, I got it. Thanks for the feedback. Used to go to one in Washington. This one comes to Nashville. Okay, gotcha. Go play in the rain. Oh my, Flicky Cheeky. I don't like playing in the rain. I don't like it. Not me. Not for me, but I'm glad you had fun. All right. See, this one has the number 62 on it. Excuse me. I don't know how to say that first part. Dowager? Queen Pixie? This is by Rhonda in Belvedere, Illinois. Let's see. Quilted by Marilyn. I'm so bad at name, guys. That drives me crazy that I can't pronounce people's names. I've never entered a quilting competition, but when I saw this year's theme, I knew I was going to do what I was going to do. Pixie is a 20-year-old tuxedo cat and is quite a character. Her voice sounds like a cranky Edward G. Robinson, and she scolds her humans all the time. This quilt is embellished with beautiful green eyes and green batik collar and a button-down shirt. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Hi, Layla. How are you doing? Good to have you here. Dow like cow, Dow a jar. Okay. Thank you guys. So yeah, it's super cute cat. I mean, I love cats, but I thought that was super cute. And just the use of the green color as kind of the color pop on it. Just, I love it. I love it. Such a cute little kitty. Cute, cute cat. Another optical illusion for you. This one's called Purple Vortex from Rebecca. Oof, Rebecca in Wisconsin. I drew out this design full size, then cut apart the paper pieces and paper pieced it back together. I love the simple optical illusion and had fun adding the purple for some pop. I used facing instead of binding to continue the optical illusion. I know, I did too. I loved the artist statement on Pixie. That was pretty cute. Very loved quilt. Very loved quilt. Very loved cat and quilt for sure. So, what you may not be able to see is right at the center of this quilt, it said bang. At the very like tiniest part where everything, all of those lines converge in the center, it has like one of those cartoon bang, pow, whiz kind of word bubbles, and it's super cute. I love that. Makes you dizzy. Oh, look away, don't look at the screen. Let's see. Oh, this is amazing. I agree. Makes me feel like I could just walk in there on my big screen. I bet if you're looking at this on the big screen, it does do that. Oh no, Sandra lost Wi-Fi. Oh no, I'm sorry, Sandra. Esmeralda says, I think it is Dew Wanger, the cat pick. Thank you. It's always hard for me. Guys, y'all don't know how badly dyslexia plays with my mind, and I'm always like second guessing on what I'm saying. So I appreciate y'all trying to help me out on that. Okay. All right. I'm going to need, if you are not watching this on your phone, I'm going to need you to grab your phone out right now. Go ahead. Grab your phone out. While I'm reading this, grab your phone out. Scan the QR code that is currently on your screen. It is a really fun one. This one is Too Blind to See. It is by Lindsay in Wisconsin. A centuries-old skill meets a modern-day technology in this interactive wall hanging, a traditionally pieced QR code surrounded with paper piecing sections, and invites the viewer to scan it. The quilting is a mix of edge-to-edge design and straight-line quilting, all using a domestic embroidery machine. So, grab that phone out, point it at the screen right now, scan that QR code, and where does it take you? Where does it take you? I did it myself. Hi, John. Good to see you here. I did it myself when I was at the show because curiosity killed the cat. And I had to see where this QR code goes. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Debbie. She says, all goody and love watching and listening to you. Thank you. Flicky Chicky has already scanned the QR code. If you, by this time, you should have already scanned it and gotten, it pulls up a YouTube video and you get rickrolled, which I feel like is internet meme culture at its finest. Because as soon as that rickroll video started playing, I was like, oh, she got me. She got me. She got me. And you just have to laugh as my internet came back as I was greeted by your burp. Oh, lovely. Sorry about that, Sandra. I apologize. Never gonna give you up. Yep, exactly. Exactly. That is exactly what happens. So, Margot says, I forgot to say hi, hello, from Western North Carolina. So, yeah. Really fun to have that one rickroll me in the middle of a freaking quilt show. Oh, that's funny, Flicky Chicky. That's funny that she can recognize, Flicky Chicky recognizes that QR code from having put it on multiple cross stitch. So that's funny that she knew exactly what it looked like without having like to scan it or anything. She just knows the QR code, which, I mean, they all look the same to me, so that's funny that you knew exactly what it was. So, anywho, a fun quilt. I enjoyed that one. Next up, we got Sister Bay Blues. This one is from, is that Rachel? I have a coworker that spells it the same way, but she says it Rochelle. So, anywho. Margie says, hello, lurking in the background. No worries, no worries. I'm always quilting and I'm always exploring how changing the color palette for a quilt often drastically changes the mood. Oh, Lindsay, thank you so much. Lindsay just subscribed. Scared me. I didn't know what was happening. Lindsay, thank you so much for subscribing. What was I saying? Changes the mood and feel of a piece. I chose one of my original designs and transformed it into yet another color palette. The blocks are foundation paper piece and provide the crisp points and angles. Usually Rochelle, but it's not, like I said, my coworker, yeah, usually Rochelle. I don't know. Oh, that's fun, Charlotte. Charlotte says, I have friends who do crocheting QR codes. I love that. Confession, I had to Google Rick rolled. That's funny. Yeah, that's called Rick. When that video comes up, Rick roll. You're being Rick rolled is what happens. I can't remember. Katie, you could probably pop in the chat when it originally happened, like where it originally came from in the meme culture. But there you go. Kara's here and says hello, Ian and everyone. Hello, Kara. Glad to have you. I can't talk. Good night, everyone. Have a great evening. This is why we don't do shows at 8 p.m. All right, I think this is going to be I think this is going to be the last one if I remember correctly. This one's called Green with Envy. It's from Rebecca in Rapid City, South Dakota? SD, South Dakota, I think that's what that is. I designed the imagery using an AI app with a prompt of a black and white eye crying. The black detail were modified from the AI image using Photoshop and then sent into a digital cutting machine. The green iris and the green iris in hand-dyed silk was placed under the digital cutout. So this one was made using AI. She originally put in her design idea. AI spit out a design. She then modified it in Photoshop or in Photoshop. And then she was able to digitally cut it out, or laser cut it out, or maybe even... she may have even used like a Cricut or something like that. I don't know. But she produced it using those techniques. So, oh, thank you, Katie. Originally in 2007. Oh, thank you, Karen. Karen says, "Happy got you a new adventure day to you." Oh, I like how you phrased that. That's really good. Let's see. That's a great eye, says Charlotte. Laura says that's awesome. Flicky Chicky says fluff AI. I mean, yeah, but I like the result. I do like the result of it. Jonathan says at least pick a winner first before you go out the door. So, yeah, really, really fun design. I think that was the last one. It sure is. That was the last one right there. So. Yeah. Put it back on the face camera. So, yeah. Those were the quilts that I liked at the show today. Like I said, a lot of good quilts, a lot of fun quilts. I enjoyed getting to see everything, and yeah, it was a really, although it was not like a huge show, I still liked the quilts that I saw there. And I think that it was nice, again, seeing the ones from the North Texas Quilt Festival and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. What'd y'all think? Those were my favorites from the show. What did you think of my favorites? Although, can you put it in the chat? Let me know. If you're watching this on the replay, you can put it in the comments below as well. What did you notice about the quilts that I selected? Was there a like connecting thread? And yes, that is a pun on purpose. Is there a connecting thread through the quilts that I showed you that you could kind of pick up on? Let me know. Bonnie says, "Hi Ian and everyone. I've been watching you. Really appreciate you showing us all the quilts, and happy 1-year anniversary." Thank you. Margot says, "The eye is nice. Greens are most rare color of eyes." That is true. That is very true. Esmeralda says, "Before you end the live, I enjoyed this. Until next time, enjoy your day." Well, Esmeralda, don't go anywhere yet. If you've entered the giveaway, stick around for that. Laura says, "That was a wonderful quilt show. Thank you so much for showcasing them." You're very welcome. Linda says, "Hello everyone, my first time watching." Hello, Linda, welcome. I'm glad that you are able to make it tonight, although we're finishing out almost. Lots and lots of threads. Very true. Very, very true. Some really cool ones for sure. Yeah, black and whites. Graphic elements, yeah, definitely. The stitching was amazing in these quilts. I agree. I think there were some really talented people there for sure. All right, so should we go ahead and do the giveaway? Reminder, the giveaway was for this limited edition, never going to happen again, logo on a black tee. By the way, it does have my logo on. Oops, that's the wrong sleeve. I'm looking at the monitor and it's reversed, but on the sleeve it does have the logo as well. So there's my logo there. Yeah, most of the quilts would be modern. Yep, for sure. It looks like a few of you didn't get in. I'm going to resume entries for just another second. I'll give you about 2 more minutes to get into the giveaway if you haven't already entered. Go ahead and enter now. Exclamation giveaway will give you 2 minutes to enter into the giveaway. But yeah, so let's add this in. So make sure to enter. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes. We're going to chat for a few more minutes. This is size large, by the way, so if you can't fit into a large or whatever, or if you want to give it away, that's if you have a family member that you want to give it to, that works too, but it is a large, just FYI. So I'm going to give you just a few more minutes. It's 9:03, so when we hit 9:04, well, we'll move it over. Rainbow and black and white quilts. Very true, Karen. There was a lot of black and white and a lot of rainbow quilts that I ended up liking and showing here during the broadcast. How's everybody's weekend been so far? Have y'all had a good weekend? Margaret, well, you got it this time. You got it this time. Jonathan said, Ian, I'll give you $1 million for the show. Sold. No. All right. A few more people are getting their tickets in. Going to give you about 30 more seconds. And we will close the giveaway again. I'm not seeing any more. Esmeralda got in. Deanna says, thank you. You're welcome, Deanna. You're very welcome. I don't know what I did, but you're welcome. What are you working on, Ian? Anything fun? I'm not actually working on anything at the moment. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to be doing for our next project next Sunday, and I'm kind of devoting time to that. So trying to figure out what I want to do next. What project? It's going to be a Halloween themed project. That will be next. Recovering from knee surgery, but it's going well. Good. Excellent. Can someone give me $1 million, please? Right, Jonathan? All right, I'm going to go ahead and close entries. Entries have closed. Let's see. I have been to a quilt show in a few years. Don't know why SD is so pitiful in quilt shows. I don't know why either, Karen. That's really sad to hear. I'm so sorry. All right, I'm going to pick our winner. Darcy? I think that's how you say that, Darcy Bell. Darcy, you have won the giveaway. Let me know that you are here in chat by just saying something. You can say anything in the chat. You can say, hi, I'm here. Yay, I won. Oh my God, Ian, you are the best person in the entire world. No, just kidding. Okay, no. Let me know that you're here. And you're, of course, going to send me an email. First time I do this, happy I got in. I'm very glad that you got in as well. Let's see. Blue Angels are in town, so it's a tad no. I can imagine, Karen. I can imagine. Darcy Bell, are you here? You are here. I see your comments. I see you. So you're going to send an email to me. You're going to email me your physical mailing address. You're going to send that email to Ian, offkiltercrafterian@gmail.com. Do I have my magic button? I may have my magic button. Then I can just pop it into the chat. I just popped it into the chat, and I also have it down in the description of my video as well. So you can send me an email there. And, oh, Laura, stop. You're too kind. Laura says, I will say, Ian, you are the best. I appreciate that very much. So, yeah, Darcy, send me an email and give me your physical mailing address. And we'll get that shirt out to you. Are you going to wear it or are you going to give it to someone else, Darcy? I'm curious. Curious to see if you're going to be wearing this limited edition, never happening again, black on logo on black shirt, or are you going to be giving it to a family member or a friend or the local Goodwill? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Still, it still feels crazy to me that y'all are like, I want merch. I want stuff that has Ian's face on it. I do like this. Although I kept seeing this today, like out of the corner of my eye, I would see this darker spot on my sleeve, and I'd be like, "What's that?" Oh wait, that's my logo. All right, guys. We'll see if Darcy puts back in the chat. You don't have to, Darcy. You don't have to say anything. I was just curious. Just for my own personal curiosity, I was like, I wonder what she's going to do with it. Anywho. All right. That's it, guys. That's all I got. That's all I got. We will be back regular time next week for my normal broadcast. Charlotte says, thanks, Ian. The show was good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the show today. I know it's a little shorter, a little different, but you know, I am very thankful that y'all allow me to go do things, go enjoy life, and be able to, you know, do the things that I want to do and fit this in still. Laura says, Ian, you make me smile. I love your videos and enjoy them live or on replay. Laura, I really do appreciate that. I really, really do. Have a great day tomorrow at the Ren Fair, Ian, says Bonnie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Katie, it feels weird. It feels really, really weird. Katie's question was, so how does it feel to walk around with your own face on your merch? It feels weird. It definitely feels weird. I don't know. It just felt weird, but it's cool. It's really cool, actually. It's pretty awesome, but anywho, all right, guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to go do Ridden Fist things tomorrow, so if you're at the Maryland Renaissance Festival, look out for me. I'll be there in costume, so say hi. I hope everybody has a great evening. Thanks for joining me. I will see you all next week. I love each and every one of you. And remember, guys, say it with me. Normal is just a setting on the dryer. Bye, everyone.